Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And man, we're here at Game 5, win or go home. Winner takes all, whatever you want to call it. The NLDS, we are facing the Mets, man. And if you remember, man, they won the first two games. We won the next two, so we both are 2-0 on the road here in this series. So we're going to try to make it not 3-0 for them on the road. So we're at home in front of our home crowd. And remember last game, Lewis Brinson got hurt. He's actually in the lineup. I don't know what happened, but he healed or something, or he's that tough. He's back in the lineup. So no Paulo Orlando, but we do have Lance McCullers. He gets a rematch versus DeGrom, and this is going to be such a good game. So we're on to the first inning here. Franklin Gutierrez gets a hold of a pitch. He's going to hit that liner straight to the center fielder, though, so that's not going to be deep enough. But we're on to the second inning already, 0-0, and Lance McCullers is walking Pedro Alvarez. And we all know the troubles of Lance McCullers. It's kind of hard to control pitches with him. And here, that walk cost him because then he gives up a hit to the next batter. So they got guys on first and second. But we do get them to ground into the double play here. So now we have 2 outs. And Rutledge is going to strike out swinging at a low pitch there. So we do get out of the inning. So we're on to the bottom of the second here. Jock Peterson is going to come up and get a nice hit up the middle. And that was hung right up the middle. So now we got a guy on first with Brinson coming up. And he's going to hit a little pop up in the infield, and look at what Duda does. He overthrows after making the error on that play. He cannot handle the ball. Then he panics and overthrows the shortstop covering the bag. So now we got guys on second and third with no outs in this inning, and just what I didn't want to do, Thames pops up into the infield so nobody advances. So we got 1 out here. Stuart Turner, I gave him the start on the day, and an unlikely hero comes through, scoring 2. Stuart Turner, man, I just knew I had a feeling that today was his day because I started him over Tucker Barnhart, and he delivers for an RBI here in Game 5 of the NLDS. What a clutch moment for him. So Lance McCullers comes up after the Asan Diaz walk and advances the guys to second and third, but Arcia can't get it done in that leadoff spot. I don't know what it is about him in that leadoff spot, but he just can't get it done. So now we're on to the next inning here, and they're starting out the inning with a little bunt single. It looked like a swinging bunt single, and Juan Lugares makes it to first, but they try to bunt the guy over, and DeGrom cannot get it done. Bunts the ball up in the air, but the next batter, VR, is going to ground to third, but he beats out the double play. You know he's got that 98 speed, so it's hard to get him out on a lot of those plays. But we do get the next batter to pop out to center field. So we do hold on to that 2-0 lead early in this game. And Lance McCullers continues to dominate on the mound. He brought his A game this game, striking out 2 here. And we are now on to the 4th inning. Eric Thames comes up to the plate.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Alvarez going back on it. Out of here. A solo shot, and they add another. A solo shot here.
Yo, Eric Thames, man, he's so clutch. He gets it done, man. I'm telling you. I'm so glad I never got rid of him. He comes through for us, giving us the 3-0 lead. And we're at home. The home crowd is loving it. And we as a team, we have the most home runs in the postseason by any team so far. And there's another one right down the middle for Thames to just smack out of here. And Asan Diaz tries to follow it up, but he pops out to center. But we do get that run on the home run. So now we're up 3-0. Lance McCullers has a pretty comfortable lead, but he can't get comfortable here because right away, what do you know, he's walking another guy, and then he's giving up a hit over the second baseman's head, Asan Diaz, and that was actually on a 3-2 count with 2 outs, so he was running on that, so he scored all the way from first with that one. So Lance McCullers facing Lucas Duda, and I'm not pitching anywhere in the near the strike zone for Lucas Duda because he can change the game on one swing. So I bring in Brian Shaw to at least get us out the inning, and he gets Pedro Alvarez to pop out to short. So we cling on to this 3-1 lead, and coming up to bat, Paul Orlando coming in to pinch hit. Remember, he couldn't start because Brinson was all of a sudden healed. I mean, he must have, like I said, either been tough about it or recovered quickly. I don't know, but he's back in the game. So now Orlando Arcia once again is striking out, and this was a perfect inning, a setup for an inning. I had 9-1-2 coming up, and here Travis Shaw comes up in that 2 spot, gets a hit to the left center gap. That was a perfect pitch for him to hit to the opposite field. So now we have Frank Gutierrez coming up, and he's swinging at a wild pitch there. I don't know what I was swinging at there, but Jock Peterson comes up and hits one deep to center, but that one's not going to make it out. It's going to have warning track power, and that's about it. So we still cling to this 3-1 lead, and Taylor Youngman comes in out of the bullpen here because I trust Taylor Youngman. He had a very, very good season. So here he's getting the first batter to strike out swinging, getting the next batter to pop out to right field. So we do eventually get out of the inning. So now Brinson's coming up to bat late in the game here. I get a little greedy with Thames. I remember he hit that home run, and I remember Thames is kind of consistent hitter. If he has one good hit, he'll continue that streak. So swinging at a bad pitch there, but Hassan Diaz comes up with guys on first and second. He beats out a ground ball there. So now we got guys on the corner here. I bring in Boog Powell to pinch hit, and he hits a hard one down the right field line, but Duda at least snags this one. Remember, he missed the one earlier, the little pop-up to him. So now we're late in this game. Taylor Youngman's still on the mound. I'm trusting him here, but he does give up a hard grounder down the left field line. At least Brinson gets to it there. Actually, that's not even Taylor Youngman on the mound anymore. I do bring in Vince Velasquez, and I wanted somebody that can at least get out of some of these innings. But here, a hit to the left side, and man, that throw was right on the money, but it took a weird hop past the catcher, so I had to bring in Corey Knebel here to get us out of this inning because I can't afford to give up another run, and he gets Jay Bruce to strike out on some high heat. So they bring in Fernando Salas out of the bullpen here in the 8th inning now, in the 7th inning actually, and Travis Shaw comes up, hits one hard, but you know who comes up, Franklin Gutierrez, and he hits fastball as well.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Alvarez racing back, and it's gone.
Franklin Gutierrez has done nothing but just deliver from time to time in that 3-hole, man. He's the perfect 3-hole hitter. He's dependable. He led the MLB in slugging percentage this year. So, man, what a career he's had with the Brewers. And we take the 4-2 lead. And that one was right in his wheelhouse. He likes those low pitches there. And Jock Peterson comes up next, hits a laser to the first baseman, Lucas Duda. So now we are on to the 8th inning here. This is when it gets interesting. Corey Knebel walks the first guy. He gets the second guy, Rutledge, to strike out on a hanging curveball there. And the next batter comes up, gets a hit up the middle. So now we're in trouble. But Jonathan VR strikes out on the inside heat. So I bring in Steve Geltz to bring us home to the promised land here in the bottom or the top of the 9th inning. And he gets the first batter to pop out to things. We're facing the 2, 3, and 4 to end the game here. And Lucas Duda swings at a pitch in the dirt. But Pedro Alvarez hits one down the left field line. And he's going to get a guy, at least one base runner, on to second base. So now they have a chance to tie it with a home run. But Jay Bruce can't get it done. The Brewers move on. And man, what a NLDS, what a start to the playoffs. Down 2-0, come back and steal the series. And I know the Mets are devastated. They thought they had us up 2-0 and we come back. And that error really came back to bite them in this one. If they wouldn't have made that error, they probably would have won this game. Who knows? But hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for the next episode.